The Black Belt Tea Ceremony is a momentous occasion where all of the Black Belt candidates receive their hard-earned belts through a traditional Korean tea ceremony. It's not just about the belt though, but so much more. In order to understand this occasion, you must first understand Grandmaster Kim, the school, and the history of Tae Kwon Do itself. The history of Tae Kwon Do extends over 2,000 years into the past, to the times of ancient Korea during the Kogyo-Ryo dynasty, which ruled between 37 BC and 668 AD. Modern Tae Kwon Do came about from the unification of 3 separate fighting styles practiced by the 3 rival kingdoms at the time: Kogyo-Ryo, Baekje, and Shilla. All 3 of the kingdoms practiced the Tsubaki fighting style, which dates back to at least 3 AD, and from there, each kingdom developed their own battling style, using Tsubaki as a base. To combat its rival kingdoms, Kogyo-Ryo established the Tae Kwon fighting style for its soldiers to utilize, while Shilla and Baekje adapted Tae Kwon for their own purposes, creating the Hwarong and the Su-Byok-To styles respectively. All 3 of these fighting styles are predecessors to our modern Tae Kwon Do, and it was at this ancient time that the 5 student commitments were developed for the students of Tae Kwon, which are: be loyal to your country, be loyal and show fidelity to your parents, be faithful to your friends, use good judgment before killing any living thing, and never retreat in battle. Sound familiar? They should to any of our students. These 5 commitments are part of the very same oath, the 10 rules of mental education that we say at the end of every class to this very day. In time, Kogyo-Ryo took over the other 2 kingdoms and became the unified Koryo dynasty in 918. It's worth mentioning because it was the Koryo dynasty that normalized the Dado, the traditional Korean tea ceremony that we use in our Black Belt tea ceremony. Not long after, the Koryo dynasty standardized the Tae Kwon fighting style, and it soon matured through examinations and stringent guidelines into the Tae Kwon Do formal art that we know it today. That is where our true story begins, for it was in the 20th century that one of the most important events in Tae Kwon Do history occurred. Grandmaster Kim was born. He began training at the age of 13, under the tutelage of his brother, Tiger Kim, after the sudden passing of their father. Grandmaster Kim found solace and comfort in training, along with tremendous success. He was an avid student who trained tirelessly, earning him great respect in both school and the Korean Army in his early years. He later went on to win prestigious championships that garnered him opportunities few could have ever imagined. And in 1974, BM Kim came to the United States, making his presence known by spreading the teaching of Tae Kwon Do and giving impressive demonstrations. Among some of the most powerful and frankly creative displays of martial arts power and technique ever seen. It was a time when over-the-top displays of power were a necessity to get the crowd going and excited for a martial arts demonstration. But even among them, Grandmaster Kim stood out as a true master and practitioner of the martial arts.
Blindfold being
It was not long after this that Grandmaster Kim went on to become the head coach of the U.S. national Tae Kwon Do team and help make Tae Kwon Do a global phenomenon. He has continued to train and develop with his current Grandmaster, making frequent trips back to Korea to train with him, and he has earned many prestigious awards as a distinguished member of the Tae Kwon Do community, including one as recently as April 2013, the Outstanding Leadership Award, awarded to him by the Grandmaster Society. But coming to the US to bolster his own Tae Kwon Do career was not his ambition. Grandmaster Kim strongly desired to teach the benefits of Tae Kwon Do to all. He established his own league of schools in several locations in New York. These schools feature Tae Kwon Do lessons and regiments for all levels. From the black belt class to the Pee-wee classes, the school trains and empowers students at all ages and skill sets.
My doctor has said that whatever I'm doing, don't stop doing it, because my heart, which was like a 55-year-old heart, is now like a 20-year-old heart. My body is, I'm starting to feel muscles on muscles that I didn't know I had the capacity to have.
It's benefited my whole family because we all do it, my 3 kids and I. It gave us an activity to kind of come together and participate in together, which is nice.
And this has given me a growing confidence, ever-growing confidence, and self-discipline, and a determination I didn't have before.
It's like a really, really big family, and I'm very happy to be around all these positive people, young people, people that are older than me. Everyone's really, very nice, very friendly. It's a good environment to be in, and also a great place to keep exercising, stay active.
But what I love about our school is that it's very, very traditional Taekwondo. It's not just kicking, cardio. He also educates you about a deeper meaning of Taekwondo, eating properly, sleeping properly, training every single day, whether it's physically or mentally. He also makes sure, to be a student here, we have to constantly give back to the community in some way, and we always have to come to everything we do in life with an appreciative mindset. The fact that he educates us on the inside as well as our bodies, I think makes him a very different person and a different Grandmaster than most places.
And these differences of Grandmaster Kim are best reflected in the rigorous examination process of the black belt, as students must prevail through many trials and challenges, including the black belt test itself, which requires that students are in top condition and have a flawless mastery of their various curriculums. Most of all, they must have discipline, swiftness, and strength, exemplified through their board breaking, both with kicks and hammer fist striking boards that are on fire. Upon their success in the exam, the eligible black belt candidates gathered together at the black belt tea ceremony, which demonstrates Grandmaster Kim's expertise and passion for the traditional ways of Taekwondo.
Welcome to all our families, friends, and visitors. Today marks our special event, the Black Belt Tea Ceremony. We use this traditional occasion that has been passed down through Korean culture to highlight our close relationships in a both formal and relaxed shared moment. And now, please take a moment to welcome our very own Grandmaster, Young Min Kim.
Prior to sharing cups of tea with Grandmaster, the students line up and add their signatures and inked knuckle prints to a book that has been in the Grandmaster Byung Min Kim's school legacy for years, a record of all black belt students.
You'll see that our students will enjoy a green tea with Grandmaster. It's a very long-standing Korean
like the black belt tea ceremony for, and it stands alone that we do drink tea, and very few people do that.
You know, there's not a lot of times that you get a really close bonding time with Grandmaster Kim, and the tea ceremony, you're sitting right in front of him, you're sharing something with him, he says a few words of wisdom to you. It's really important for everybody getting their black belt to have that kind of time with him, to hear something that he has to say to you personally. And I feel the tea ceremony, the benefit of that, it just feels like you're a little bit closer to him.
After sharing tea with Grandmaster Kim, the students line up and Grandmaster proceeds to award a black belt to each individual student. He ties the black belt around himself first, signifying the transferring of his energy to that student once he places the belt onto them.
The Grandmaster does it with such a style and flair. And I was talking to a parent, I said, you know, at one point your son will get a black belt from Grandmaster and there'll be an elevation. And she said, the way you explained it, I'm going to start crying. And I said, yes, I cry every time I see that. As he puts the belt around himself and as he puts the belt around you for the first time, it's kind of an ever powerful moment in your life. It's almost like saying I do to a principle, to a way of life.
My goal in Taekwondo is to become a master, sir. I appreciate all my teachers and my family for getting me to where I am today, sir.
I feel good about getting my black belt because ever since I was 5, I wanted to get a black belt because that was when I started Taekwondo.
I've had to, first of all, go through all the color belts, and then once I did that, we had requirements. I had to go hiking, which was really hard. I had to carry an egg for 10 days. I had to fast for a day, and we had to write essays. The hiking was difficult too because you had to run 2 laps around the lake before and you weren't able to take breaks.
I think that there's a lot of martial arts schools nowadays that kind of getting your black belt isn't really as big of a deal as it used to be. You know, they kind of just hand it out. A lot of people say that it's easy to buy a black belt these days, but I like that Grandmaster Kim kind of sticks with a very hard-fought way to get your black belt first of all. And so if you work as hard as we do to get it, on the actual day that you receive it, the fact that it's such a momentous kind of celebratory traditional event, it makes it extra special.
Finally, when Grandmaster Kim ties the belt around himself and then ties it around me, it feels that he is proud of me and he's smiling. He's saying good job and your family's recording you all happy and people crying. And so you feel nice inside that it's special inside to you. You feel that you are capable of doing anything and that this black belt will be a memory and an accomplishment that you would never forget.
You earned it. It changed me because I got more self-confidence, self-discipline.
Man, I'm so proud of all the candidates. You know, I've been instructing for so long. The school's never looked stronger. The candidates look amazing. Everyone has really good discipline. Everyone has great teamwork, regardless of the White Plains, Portchester, Nanuet, they all look like they're really one school.
My hope is that ultimately for all practitioners, it's an acknowledgement of the commitment they have shown to Taekwondo, to their own training, to their personal development, the goals that they've set. And beyond that, I sincerely hope that they take a moment to appreciate it and really are able to reflect on all they've done to achieve the black belt.
Alongside distributing the black belts, special recognition was given to certain dedicated members of the Taekwondo community, including Master Na. And after awarding belts and recognition to his students, the time came for Grandmaster Kim to be elevated in the world of Taekwondo himself. Being administered by a fellow Grandmaster, Grandmaster Kim was promoted to 8th degree black belt after a trip to Korea to see his own master. After the conclusion of the black belt tea ceremony, the celebrations could begin. The students are congratulated by their families and the masters. Friends and family alike celebrated the occasion with an enormous, joyful, and delicious potluck dinner. Grandmaster Kim extends a big congratulations to all our new black belts and a warm invitation to all who wish to discover the benefits of Taekwondo. As these new black belts exemplify, Through this art, you gain not only strength and stamina, but self-confidence, self-discipline, and self-respect.